All righty, everyone. We are live here on YouTube world. That is right. That is right. There's always more than one way to skin a cat, and that's what we do as entrepreneurs. So let me go ahead and make sure that I do get this right on over. All righty, everyone. We are let's see. Live here on YouTube world. That is right. That make sure right. I turn this one off here. Okay. All righty. And so let's go ahead and so we can make sure that we get this right on over to our social media channels while our audience is quite sure that they are waiting on us. So let me get this shared on over to My City, My Biz Live magazine, because we have an amazing entrepreneur and businesswoman that is right here and ready to share with us how it is that she designs her life, right? Blessed by design. And so we're definitely getting ready to go ahead and hear from that young lady. But like I said, let's make sure that we do have our social media platforms and audiences that are right there and ready to go ahead and hear from her. And I tell you, you are in for a treat. You just hold on just 1 minute because you are definitely in for a treat as we go ahead and get ready to share with you just this amazing, amazing young lady and her story and exactly what it is that she's up to. So go ahead and grab your seat, grab your pen, paper, take copious notes, and just know that we are getting ready to go ahead and be in for an amazing, amazing treat with this young lady. So let me go ahead and share it one other place as we get started. So Kamesha, you there and you're all set and ready?
Ready.
All right, we're getting ready to get started just shortly. Want to make sure that we are getting it all shared, and you could definitely share it to your page. You definitely go to My City, My Biz Live magazine. I know I just shared it to my page as well. And guess what? We're going to hop on over to the Entrepreneur Society so we can make sure that that group is all tuned in and ready. And then we'll go ahead and share it a little bit later because I want to go ahead and make sure that we do get started with this young lady here. And at first we were having a little bit of issues. And so I said, oh, no. We are going to make sure that we get this interview done and out there. And so here we are, you guys. Here we are ready to go ahead and share with you this amazing, amazing story. So let's get this one in here. All right. And we're all set and ready, everybody. We are set and ready to go. We are all live. We are on YouTube, but guess what? We was able to stream it. We was able to go ahead and make sure that we was able to stream it live to Facebook and all those other places that we know that people are looking for this amazing young lady. But I am Shantina, and I am the president of the Entrepreneur Society, and we bring to you the live magazine where we're featuring and showcasing those amazing entrepreneurs. Right now we're in Milwaukee, but guess what? We have crews that are gearing up to take this all over the nation. And we're starting right here with Kamesha Taylor. And so that we can go ahead and make sure that you know what's going on in your city. Who are those individuals that are shining a light in our city? Who are those that are choosing not to give up? Who are those that says, guess what? I am going to stop pressing the snooze buttons on my dreams, and they're running after them and they're succeeding. And that's exactly the young lady that we have here. Today, I put out there about grit. That's exactly when you go look in a dictionary, you would think you would see Kamesha Taylor. But guess what? That's not what you see in there. But she has every bit of that grit to keep going, relentless. And I mean, just a true servant of God, and continues to let that light shine in every single thing that she does. But key thing is she is a part of our nation, you guys, which is the nation of entrepreneurs. And I'm so very thankful to know this businesswoman, and just she has a kindred spirit and just beautiful, continues to go ahead and bless so many people in our community, but abroad she touches people. So without further ado, I would like to bring up to the My City, My Biz live magazine stage, Miss Kamesha Taylor. How are you today?
Ooh, hi, I am doing very well. I'm happy to be here.
That's right. And we are so very excited to have you here on My City, My Biz. You're every bit of what it is that we stand for. We revive the economy in our communities one entrepreneur at a time. And it's you, people like you, that make an impact not only into your household, but also the community at large. And so if you can share with the audience, who is Kamesha Taylor? Who are you?
So Kamesha Taylor is first a woman of God. So I just want to give God some glory. Kamesha is a risk taker. Kamesha is confident in who she is. Kamesha is all about giving. And one of my favorite scriptures is what, Luke 6:38, I believe it is.
Mhm.
And it says, give and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shake it together, running over.
Yes.
And, you know, that's just a part of who I am. I'm just a giver. I love on people, and any way that I can help, I do. And I'm happy to be here today. And when we started Black Girls Rock some years ago, we are very passionate about linking entrepreneurs together, one business at a time.
Yes,
Yes.
excellent. And that is so amazing. I was able to get to that event and just see just the light that was being shined on those individuals. And I'm surely hoping that that's coming back soon. And so, but it is amazing. And then, so Kamesha, if you can just let us know, why did you and how did you stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams? What was that epiphany, or what was that moment like for you?
I stopped hitting the snooze button, and I always have to reference it back to God because, during the pandemic, a lot of people know my story and what I went through this year. Just to have strength and a sound mind to sit and, number one, write a book.
Mm.
That provided a lot of healing, when I was going through a difficult time. And to be able to just link my purpose with a book and a business, and have purpose, it's amazing because I always wanted a boutique for like years and years ago, but I didn't know how to start. I didn't know, I didn't have a purpose behind it, but I just always loved fashion. And when I went through what I went through the tragic situation, God, He just started pouring into me. Like the book, I never, like I say it every time I'm in an interview, I never ever had a desire or a passion to be an author.
Wow.
And so when God just, put that in my spirit to write a book, and then He gave me the name Gracefully Broken,
Yes.
and then when I was broken,
Yes.
before God, He came and like, it was like He just came and just touched me. And, and from there, I just got my confidence back and, just start being real firm about what my expectations, my boundaries, and my requirements were. And so it's just amazing to be here today. I tell a lot of people, and I'm getting them used to calling me Miracle, and the old, Mimi. That's not me anymore. And
Yes.
yeah, so it's just exciting.
Wow, that is, I mean, I've been there for some of that journey, and just to see you, it's so very important for us to be able to not only measure our emotional intelligence, but also at the times that we're actually challenged and people we're able to see that emotional intelligence in action. You have such a I know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, it is outside of Kamesha Taylor. The strength that you have and the poise that you have and just the grace that God has given you to be able to walk through that. And so I know it is to impact nations. And so I see you right here in our community just making a huge impact and not letting the world know that. And so, of course, a lot of times we do. I'm one of those that I love to hide. I love to go behind the scenes and take care and do things. And but God has shown me that I'm gonna keep putting you in situations where it is going to put you out there in the front until you're ready to go ahead and allow for me to use you for my glory. And so I see you being used by God for His glory. And so share with me some of the ways that you, Kamesha Taylor, as well as the companies that you represent, the initiatives that you represent, how do they continue to shine the light in our communities? And like you were saying, you've had some strong blows, but you got back up. You keep getting back up. How do you continue to do that? And what are the ways that you are shining a light in our community?
So I would have to definitely say it's my faith. My faith is it's up there. You know how they say it's up there.
Yes.
It'll just move mountains. And I've always been a contributor in the community. I'm very firm, especially like we do childcare, and we've been doing it almost 13 years now. Like, glory to God for that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think I
Yes.
posted something in a time where childcare was a revolving door, where
Yes.
it's hard to find staff. And
Mhm.
I have individuals that have rocked with me since day one. That's
Wow. That's
amazing.
huge. Yes.
Yes. And I realized, like, I guess people, when they quit a job or if they find another job, they don't quit they don't quit the job, they quit the
Yes.
leader. And
Yes.
so that God just kind of showed me, like, I'm doing something right. I'm
Yes.
doing something
Yes.
right. And I just think great leaders, they don't set out to be the leader.
No.
They set out to make a difference.
Yes.
So it's not
Yes.
about, it's never about, the role. It's just about the goal. And that's empowering other leaders to be great, putting other people in position to be great. And that's something that I'm doing. And just on the childcare side, I'm amazed at how my staff are going to school and I'm able to put them in leadership. So that's what it's all about.
That is, wow. We tell everybody it's okay to be a queen or a king, but you have to go ahead and eventually and sometimes evolve to be that king and that queen maker. And so many times people get real comfortable with climbing that ladder and saying, oh, look where I'm at. Look what I've done. Look how many degrees I have. But it has everything to do with you being able to climb that ladder, but at the same time, not kicking that ladder down behind you. And that's the respect level that I have for you. I always, nothing but great things and just the energy that comes from Kamesha Taylor and who it is that you've been able to go ahead and we look around and the seeds that have been sown. I had, like you were saying, I was able to see where there was individuals working for you as childcare staff, teachers, and now they're in other positions within other businesses that you've had. You've been able to trust them at times that they probably didn't trust themselves. So, I mean, the transformation and what it is that you've been able to bring out is just an amazing thing. And is a testament to what it is that one person can do, but bringing people together to see that it's not about Kamesha Taylor. It is about all of us. It just so happens to be that God has moved you and elevated you to be that head. But then also I've seen you work within projects and situations where you're in a whole nother position, and leaders have to be willing to know, what is my role in this here? What is that? And I see that you've been great about figuring those things out. And then of course, most definitely, just if you can share with me as far as what do you feel has been the top three things that has made you just feel so very satisfied with where things are right now. I don't want to speak about the future. What has been those three things right now that you feel that you're just the most humbly proud about right now?
So right now, I definitely have to say that it would be me just giving God my all. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I've always loved God, but I've always operated with like 1 foot in and 1 foot out, trying to serve God in the world. And so
Yes.
to be in this place now where I'm just serving God, it's an amazing space. It's great to be here right now. I'm loving the new me.
Yes.
I'm loving the new me. And
Yes.
I would just have to say that third thing is just, just being transparent. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Just
Yes.
being here and, God just gave me that, that push, like, just tell the truth, be transparent
Yes.
because,
Yes.
all the time stuff is not what it posts to be, POS. And
Yes.
I'm glad that I could be one of those individuals to just show individuals that you don't know what people are going through.
That's
And
right.
sometimes we can portray an image, or sometimes we keep things bottled up.
Mm-hmm.
And that third thing is I just see like me helping women. So Blessed by Design, what I'm rocking right now,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
The mission
Yes.
is to inspire, uplift, and encourage women to
Yes.
tap into their God-given talents so they can live in purpose on purpose, right?
Wow.
And so because our gifts and our talents, they're not for us.
That's
It's
right.
to
That's right.
uplift and empower somebody else, right? And
Yes.
so for God to just tie that that purpose into, blessed by design, because of course God is the designer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And to just have all of that and just be passionate about what's to come, I'm so excited. I don't know what to do.
That is awesome, and you should be. And I for one am just so very thankful and just proud of being able to just even to know you, to meet you, to connect with you, knowing that you are a sister walking this thing out for kingdom business for one, and just being able, like you're saying, being transparent. We are taught as professionals. I was always in the corporate world before I became an entrepreneur, and so we were told, you're not supposed to. I was actually almost written up for getting in the corner and praying with some of my employees. I was in senior management. So that was a no-no. And so I promised myself at that given time that no one will be able to put a thumbprint on what it is that I can and cannot do, especially when it involves my faith. And so, yes, I do. I tell people I have layers of circles, because if people were to know what I go through on a daily basis, they'd be running scared, right? So not everyone is prepared for all of this. And so our spirits, like I said, just matched up right away. And so, Kamesha, I want to go ahead and lend to you this stage so that you can be able to share with us, how is it that you are blessed by design, and to be able to empower others to know that they too can pick up that pen and that paper and begin to write and design their own life just like you. So thank you once again, Kamesha, for being here. I'm going to go ahead and just, the stage is yours now, sister.
All right. So I guess a golden nugget that I will give to the audience is, if you want to become an entrepreneur, I strongly suggest that you link up with someone that's already doing what you're doing. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, because there's so many people doing awesome things that maybe is already in your profession. So if you can mentor, you might have to pay for it. But what you have to understand, as entrepreneurs, we pay to be where we are. We have to take classes and trainings. And then we have the on hand experience. Like, for instance, for childcare, like we've been dealing with licensors for 12 years. So we can go in, help with the paperwork, set up the environment. We can help you understand exactly what it is from a business practice standpoint. And then we can show you, if you don't have that the HR background, how to interview, when it's okay to hire, fire, and just, it's a lot of levels to opening up a business and being a business owner. And so if you haven't worked in those areas of expertise in a corporate world or some type of job, and you opening up a business, it could fail if you don't have your business practices. It starts there first, because you got to, number one, learn how to create relationships. You have to have the experience, because you're working with all kinds of different people. Okay. So if you don't know how to work with people, and you don't know how to synergize, and you don't know how to be empathetic and listen, it'll probably drive you away within a week. And so I just want to say that. And as for me, it's just amazing. Um, I've always trusted and believing in God since I was a little girl. But one of the things that I learned very early on was how to adapt to change. When I was younger, it was difficult for me to adapt to change. And I talked about in my book, Gracefully Broken, how God turned pain into purpose. I talked about McDonald's, because that was like one of my first jobs. And it's amazing how they recruited me into leadership before I graduated from high school. So they saw the leader in me before I knew I had the leader within myself. Just my work ethic, my personality, how I interacted with people, and just being a help and a resource for individuals. I didn't even know young I had that. And so then that made me go back to think, like, wow, when I was in the sixth grade, when I graduated, I was the student council president. I gave the speech for the graduation ceremony. And when I think about what I said in closing to inspire my sixth graders and all of us that were going on to middle school, that same thing that I said out of my mouth applies to us right now. And I said, we are the masters of our own destiny. And no matter what our parents and teachers say or do to encourage us, so now as adults, it would be, no matter what people say or do to encourage us, it is our decision to succeed. It is up to us. We should always strive to do our best and set high goals for ourselves. And if we are not successful in all that we do, we have the satisfaction of knowing we have tried our best. And so when I thought about that, and because I came across my speech, and I'm like, wow, in the sixth grade, those were the words that God was, and those affirmations over my life to speak to an audience. And so that's just one of the qualities. That's just a gift. And God just has allowed me to wear many hats, work under pressure, multitask. But I just thank God for the jobs that I had that prepared me for who I am today. I worked at McDonald's in management for 10 years, and then I worked for a staffing firm for another 8 years or 6 years, I think it was. And I was promoted into management within 3 months. So I think it's just something about my personality and working with people, and again, being able to multitask. I just love working with people. That's my natural gift. I can work with people. I can work with irate people. And I can turn somebody that's upset around. They frown into a smile. So it's all into the approach. Whatever job that you have, that's another nugget. It's all in your approach. If you're an entrepreneur, don't overpromise and underdeliver. That's another one. Put that one at the top of the list. Do what you say you're going to do. And if you can't, make sure that you communicate ahead of time with individuals so you don't have, bad blood, or you don't have people, coming up with all these things going through their head about this service that you promised. So that's another thing that I would say. I'm very keen on that, and I'm okay with, if I mess up, I'm okay with saying, you know what, I apologize, or you know what, I forgot about this, but I'm gonna always make it right. You know what? Don't worry about this. I'm gonna compensate you for that. So when people learn how to do that better, it'll be great. The third thing I want to say is that and me myself, I've known this, but I'm really being a stickler about that now, and that's just shopping black. And supporting people in our community, because we know that the dollar only circulates in our community for 6 hours. And until we stand in unity and change that, it's going to keep us from having the power that we have. Because we have the buying power, we got the power, we are all dynamic, we are all talented. But for some reason, we can't bring it together and support one another like we should. And so, in this 2020, that's just going to be more who I am. If I go to an event, I try to support everybody. You know what I mean? Buy something from everybody when I can, because that's just putting that support out there. We're having the big grand opening for Blessed by Design for the boutique. We're going to have a fashion show, a ribbon cutting ceremony, and I think it's going to be amazing. I'm going to give it my all. I'm just excited to work with the models and the women, and then create that space for entrepreneurs to come and set up. It's a free event, free food. Bring your family, your friends out. We're going to have a really good time. And, it's just about sharing and just networking. It's all about networking. Your network is your net worth. And I'm really standing firm in that. In my, in this 2020 season, you got to link up with those that's, I would say on your level, or doing something that you're doing that, hey, you rub elbows with me, I can share resources with you to get you where you want to be, and vice versa. And yeah, I think that's it, because, great leaders, they don't tell what they do. You know what they do? They show you how it's done. And that's just my take on it. But Shantina, you have always inspired me. So I thank you for creating this platform to have me be on the show today. It's amazing. I think you're an amazing woman. I tell you every time I can that you inspire me. So I thank you. And then before I get off too, I have the Live in Purpose on Purpose.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
so I have all that little apparel.
Yes.
And then, I got to have something for the men too.
Yes. Oh, look at
Yeah.
you. Wow. So all of that is going to be at the boutique for the grand opening?
Yes, we're going to
Oh,
have
I
all
can't
that.
wait.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, I can't wait. Wow. Milwaukee and wherever you are, surrounding cities, because people are traveling from out of other states now to support those entrepreneurs, those business owners. And this sounds like one of those events. So Milwaukee, shame on you if you do not have yourself. So all people have to do is show up, Kamesha.
All they have to do is show up and have
Come
a great
on.
time.
Yes.
I collaborated with
Wow.
Shauna Renee Design. She's out of
Yes.
Chicago, so she has some amazing leather pieces that she's gonna put together with Blessed by Design. We're gonna have this fashion show. We got a commentator. Homer Blow is gonna bring the sound. I mean, it's
Yes.
just gonna be just a fun day of sharing resources and just networking. So I'm
Wow, there you go. That's it. Because I've actually
excited.
seen, as a matter of fact, I know Arletta will be there. That's where these earrings are
Yes.
from, right? And so I look and I'm like, man, just about everything I do, it is all coming from those entrepreneurs that over the years, being able to go ahead and make sure that we do. And I thank you for mentioning that and for bringing that up about the Black dollar, because we need to really truly understand the power. Every single thing that comes down, even with the vote, it comes down to the Black community. I think the
Yes.
only people that do not know how important and how powerful they are the Black community, is the Black community. And so this is where it starts. We do not have to support people just because they're Black, but for the simple fact we're educated. And also, you have to still know you need to bring it. You need to make sure that we feel as though like our dollar is appreciated. And so I just appreciate you so very much, Kamesha. You are truly a light in this community. You did exactly what it is that My City My Biz stands for: reviving the economy and our communities one entrepreneur at a time. And you are truly everything, every bit of that. And we will definitely see you there. We're bringing the noise right to your event and making
Yes.
sure that's right, that definitely. And so I'm looking forward to being there, and many, many more. You guys come on out. I see people are watching from YouTube all the way to LinkedIn to Facebook. You remember this lady right here, you guys? I'm telling you, God is elevating her like no one's business as fast as possible. But you see her heart. That's where it starts, everyone. It starts with your heart. And I tell everyone, make sure that you do always, always stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams, because you are missing the person that you were created to be. So thank you once again, Kamesha, for joining us on My City, My Biz live magazine. And not only can you see her at her event is that the 7th or the 8th?
November
No,
7th, Saturday.
November 7th,
Yes.
exactly. We're going to make sure that we post that flyer on My City, My Biz Live magazine, so you can make sure that you get there. But also, guess what? She was one of those small business owners, emerging businesses that will be featured there at My City, My Biz Live magazine, the actual marketplace edition. So we're COVID conscious. We have 40,000 square feet, everyone. That doesn't mean we made it bigger. We definitely have to stay within the codes of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but we made it so that our vendors can be able to stay safe, and then also the community as well. So once again, thank you guys so much, and continue to make sure that you guys take care, take charge. This is your city. It is your business to make sure that it's everything that you want it to be. Bye-bye. Thank you, Kamesha.